Red Bull's Verstappen and Perez are at each other's throats. Will their friction cost Red Bull the championship title? Find out in this video. In this video, we'll be discussing the ongoing tension between Red Bull drivers Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez, and how it could affect the team's chances of winning every race this season. If you're a fan of Formula One, you won't want to miss this video. We'll be sharing exclusive insights and analysis and revealing some surprising facts about Verstappen and Perez's dynamics. You won't want to miss it. Verstappen, the number one driver, versus Perez, the newcomer. If you're a fan of Formula One, you'll know that Red Bull Racing has been making waves on the track for quite some time now. But in the 2023 season, they've taken things to a whole new level with 92 combined victories. The team, led by the legendary Christian Horner, has dominated the competition in a way that hasn't been seen since the days of Michael Schumacher and Ferrari. From the first race of the season, it was clear that Red Bull was a force to be reckoned with. They've won every single race so far, leaving their competitors in the dust. So what's behind Red Bull's success? Of course, our favourites, Verstappen and Perez. From the beginning of the season, the two drivers have been pushing each other to the limits, sometimes resulting in clashes and missed opportunities. While Verstappen is clearly the team's top driver with a commanding lead in the standings, Perez has also proven his worth with some impressive performances. Their different styles and personalities have led to some communication breakdowns, strategic conflicts, and even accusations of favouritism from the team management. We'll analyse the latest incidents and reactions from both drivers and discuss what this could mean for Red Bull's overall strategy and chances of success. Red Bull's dominance in the 2023 season. The 2023 Formula One season is off to an electrifying start, and Red Bull Racing is at the forefront of it all. As a fan of the team, I have to admit that it's been a roller coaster of emotions so far. On one hand, we have Max Verstappen, a driver who has been with the team for several years and has been groomed to be the future of the sport. On the other hand, we have Sergio Perez, a proven and formidable opponent who's gunning for Max's position as Red Bull's top driver. The tension between the two drivers is palpable, and it's got me feeling both elated and anxious. Max is playing it cool, as always, saying that he always wants to win. But as a fan, I can tell he's feeling the pressure. The stakes are high, and the battle between Max and Sergio is only going to get more intense as the season goes on. And then there's a million-dollar question. What's in it for Sergio if he doesn't think he has a future with the team? If he's not seeing another deal coming, why would he put his own success on hold to help Max? It's a tricky situation, and one that has me on the edge of my seat. And let's not forget about Max's dad, Jos. Even when his son is leading the championship, he can barely break a smile. It's clear that tensions are high at Red Bull, and it's going to be a battle of wills between Max and Sergio as the season progresses. As a fan, I'm torn. I want to see Red Bull continue to dominate the sport, but I also want to see Max succeed. And if that means Sergio has to take a back seat, well, I'm not sure how I feel about that. One thing's for sure though, this season is going to be one for the books. With Max and Sergio battling it out on the track, there's sure to be plenty of drama and excitement. And as a Red Bull fan, I wouldn't want it any other way. What happened between Red Bull teammates Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen after the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix? Now let's dive into the juicy drama that unfolded between Red Bull teammates Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen after the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It was a tense moment in the cool-down room which went viral on various social media platforms. As Perez and Verstappen sat in silence, waiting for the podium celebration to begin, they had just secured a 1-2 finish in as many races, taking an incredible 87 out of a possible 88 points to start the year. But instead of basking in their glory, Perez was fixated on something else entirely: the fastest lap. Perez couldn't believe that he had missed out on setting the fastest lap of the race, a single bonus point that would have given him the edge over Verstappen in the championship standings. As he fidgeted with his hat, Perez turned to his teammate and asked, "Did you get the fastest lap in the end?" Verstappen, with a smug grin on his face, replied, "On the last lap, yeah." The tension between the two teammates was palpable, and it was clear that F1 was not just a team sport as many believed. Even a single bonus point for the fastest lap was enough to spark a heated battle between teammates who were determined to come out on top. As a radio chatter between the two drivers unfolded, it became clear that each of them wanted the same opportunities as the other. Perez was disappointed that he had been told to manage his pace to the checkered flag only for Verstappen to get to go for the fastest lap. I thought the communication was the same to Max, Perez said in the post-race press conference. So it's something we need to review because I got certainly different information and I just couldn't push there in the end. But Verstappen was having none of it. He was determined to maintain his championship lead, even if it meant going against his own teammate. In the end, he went 0.2 of a second quicker on the last lap, taking the bonus point away from Perez and securing his position at the top of the championship standings. It was a thrilling end to an already exciting race, and it showed that in F1, even teammates are willing to fight tooth and nail for every last point. With tensions running high and the competition heating up, it's anyone's guess who will come out on top in the next race. Can Red Bull win every race with Verstappen and Perez? But hold up. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Will Red Bull really win every single race this season? It's a bold claim, but not everyone is convinced. Now, we all know that Red Bull is a force to be reckoned with on the F1 circuit. Their cars are fast, their pit crew is top-notch, and they have two of the most talented drivers in the game. But can they really win every race with Verstappen and Perez at the helm? First, let's talk about Max Verstappen. He's a natural-born racer with a raw talent that can't be taught. He's been with Red Bull since he was just 17 years old, and he's already established himself as one of the best drivers on the grid. But as we saw last season, even the best drivers can have their off days. Verstappen had a string of bad luck that cost him valuable points and ultimately the championship. While Sergio Perez is new to the Red Bull team this year, but he's no stranger to F1. He's a veteran driver with plenty of experience under his belt, and he's proven himself to be a capable and consistent racer. But can he hold his own against Verstappen? That's a question on everyone's minds. On paper, it seems like Red Bull has the perfect lineup. Verstappen's raw talent combined with Perez's experience and consistency. But as we all know, things aren't always so simple in the world of Formula One. One of the biggest obstacles that Red Bull will have to overcome is the potential clashes between their two drivers. We've seen it happen before. Teammates pushing each other too hard, getting too aggressive on the track, and ultimately taking each other out of the race. It's a delicate balance that Red Bull will have to maintain if they want to see both drivers on the podium at every race. But if they can manage it, if they can keep Verstappen and Perez focused on the task at hand and working together as a team, there's no reason why Red Bull couldn't win every race this season. They have the talent, the experience, and the resources to make it happen. What does Red Bull's boss claim about the friction between Max and Perez? Well, according to Horner, there's nothing to worry about. He insists that Verstappen and Perez are both in it to win it and that they're given the same opportunities to do so. And as for their relationship, Horner says that there's a healthy respect between the two of them and that he expects it to continue. Despite team boss Christian Horner's assurances that there's nothing to worry about, some fans and F1 pundits aren't so convinced. Miscommunication over target lap times during the Brazilian Grand Prix certainly didn't help matters, and it's been suggested that Perez, who is in the last year of his contract, may not be motivated to help Verstappen if he doesn't see another deal coming his way. After all, why risk your own chances at a championship if you don't have any job security beyond this season? But Horner insists that both drivers are up for the championship and that they have equal opportunities to win. He also claims that there's a healthy respect between Verstappen and Perez and that the relationship between the two will continue to be positive. However, Verstappen's recent driveshaft failure during qualifying in Jeddah has raised some concerns. While he was able to climb his way up to second place, he wasn't happy with the reliability issues of the car and warned his team that it could affect their championship run, especially when they were battling it out with each other. It's clear that the pressure is on for both Verstappen and Perez, and with the championship battle heating up, it's going to be fascinating to see how Red Bull manages the tension between its drivers. Will they be able to put any differences aside and work together as a team, or will their rivalry only continue to escalate, potentially costing them the championship title? One thing's for sure, the drama and controversy of F1 racing is what keeps fans coming back for more. And with Verstappen and Perez both vying for that top spot, it's shaping up to be an exciting season. And that's it for our discussion on the potential friction between Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez and whether Red Bull can win every race this season. As we've seen, the dynamic between Verstappen and Perez will be a crucial factor in Red Bull's success this season. Will they be able to work together and push each other to new heights? Or will their competitive nature lead to tension within the team? Only time will tell. As for Red Bull's chances of winning every race this season, it's certainly a lofty goal. But with Verstappen's incredible skill behind the wheel and the addition of Perez to the team, anything is possible. We can't wait to see what unfolds over the course of the season. Will Red Bull emerge victorious, or will their rivals snatch the title away from them? One thing's for sure, it's going to be an exciting ride. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more updates on all things Formula 1. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.